judges. They have been with us from the start of the competition, and we want to say a very special welcome to them. We want to say a very special welcome, of course, also to the media who is here with us this afternoon. Thank you so much for accepting our invitation and for being here. Of course, I also see the principal from Malgally, Mr. Lawrence Rowe, who is always a part of us. Welcome, Mr. Rowe, and we're so happy to have you this afternoon. Of course, a very special welcome to our president, the president of the Manchester Cooperative Credit Union, Reverend Charles Danvers, and I'm going to invite Reverend Danvers to come at this time, and he will give an official greeting to us. Mr. Danvers?
It is good to be in the company of young people, especially bright-looking young people. And our two teams seem to be anxious and raring to go. I'd like, on behalf of the board of governors and the management and staff of the Manchester Co-op Credit Union, to greet you all and to wish for you the best in this final match, and to say to you that we have invested in this kind of venture because we believe in our young people. We believe in the promotion of the interests of our young people. We believe in education, and education of good quality. And we know that a competition like this exposes our young people to the business of money management and the credit union specifically, but also to some of the vagaries of good communication techniques and approaches. And so, as we welcome you and as we greet you and as we encourage you, we hope that whoever emerges the victor today, you all are winners because you all would have given your best to this event. We're glad that you have been a part of this competition this year again, and we look forward to a spirited match and a competition coming to its close again with persons being more aware not just of the Manchester Co-op Credit Union, of course, but of the financial sector in general and the advantages that are offered by the credit union movement. So again, I greet you well, and I wish for both teams a good, spirited, and pleasant match. Welcome also to the teachers and the support members, the support cast from the two schools. And we trust that a fruitful afternoon will be spent today. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Reverend Danvers. Alright, I'm going to ask at this time our teams to introduce themselves so that the judges can know exactly who you are. I'm going to start with Knox College.
I am Trisay Morgan, head girl of Knox College and president of the Sixth Form Association body.
My name is Claudine Reid and I am captain of the Debating Society. My name is Michael Curd, fifth form student and co-captain of the Knox College Debating Society.
My name is Ian Morris, fifth form student of the Malgally.
My name is Shanice Walters and I am a humble spirit individual.
My name is Vivian Blackwood, deputy head girl of the Malgally High School. My life ambition is to become a broadcasting journalist.
Thank you so much, teams. Just a reminder of rules before we start. The competition is based on the awarding of points by 3 judges or other odd number of judges in the latter rounds, for example 3, 5, or 7. Today we remain with 3. The scoring of points will follow the form of the judges' score sheets. Each team may be comprised of 4 students, 3 debaters, and 1 reserve. Teams must remain unchanged for the duration of the competition unless permission is granted. Time is allotted. Our first speaker is allotted 10 minutes, second speaker 8 minutes, our third speaker 5 minutes, and our rebuttal 3 minutes. The chairperson or timekeeper will signal by raising a hand when there is 1 minute remaining to each speaker. And our timekeeper, resident timekeeper, is Mr. Mulgrave, of course. At the conclusion of the sixth speaker's presentation, the speaker chosen by the team to rebut shall be allowed 3 minutes for rebuttal. Rebuttal will gain for the team an additional 15 scoring points. A maximum of 5 additional scoring points will be awarded for team effort. The team of judges may in their sole discretion deduct points where the speaker exceeds his time limit. At this time, we will start our match. We will start with the moot point this afternoon's match. Be it resolved that it is more beneficial to join a credit union than another financial institution. Our team from Knox will be proposing the moot, and our team from Macaulay will be opposing.
My teammates and I deem it a privilege in proposing the moot, and I quote, "It is more beneficial to join a credit union than another financial institution." End of quote. As the first speaker, the task has been laid upon me to define certain key terms of the moot, and these include more, join, beneficial, and financial institution. According to the Merriam-Webster Dictionary, more is defined as greater in amount. The same source defines beneficial as producing good or helpful results or effects. Join is to become one entity or group. Also, financial institution is an enterprise specializing in the handling and investment of funds. Having defined the key terms, I will now paraphrase the moot. It is greater in amount with good and helpful results to become one entity with a credit union than another enterprise specializing in the handling and investment of funds. With that said, Mr. Speaker, let me now outline the strategic approach to proposing this moot. As the first speaker, I will first remind everyone of what the credit union is really about. Having done that, I will take us on a financial journey to expose the steady growth of a few credit unions as opposed to other financial institutions, and examine the primary roles of other financial institutions. My second speaker will examine the role of the Credit Union National Association, as well as the future of the credit unions, and provide a comparative analysis of similar products offered by credit unions and other financial institutions. And finally, my third speaker will look in depth at the products and services credit unions offer that set them apart from other financial institutions. Mr. Speaker, in becoming one with a particular entity, in this case, the credit union, you become a part of them. And since they are for the people, it means therefore that once you join a credit union, your objectives, your aims, your values become the priority of the credit union. Is this the case with other financial institutions? Are the people's interests their primary focus? Are the people becoming one with them? Or are they looking out for themselves? Which is it? Let's analyze it for a minute. When you hear the words credit unions, what comes to mind? Firstly, customer-focused banking. Since they are owned and governed by their membership, they prioritize the needs of their members above all else. In addition to that, lower loans and credit card rate. On the other hand, when you hear the words financial institutions such as banks, insurance companies, brokerages, among many others,
Immediately you think profit, profit, and more profit. Mr. Speaker, given this irrefutable fact, how can the opposition mislead this honorable house into believing that it is not more beneficial to join a credit union? Yes, the proposition is quite aware that most financial institutions, including credit unions, offer a wide array of services. But from the aforementioned examples, Mr. Speaker, it is safe to say that credit unions are in fact a better alternative with greater efforts in becoming one entity. In an article entitled Credit Unions Top Customer Satisfaction Among U.S. Financial Institutions by Cooperative News, it was stated that credit unions in America are ranked first in customer satisfaction, significantly outpacing all other financial institutions. The report addressed key findings. For all measures that accounted for credit unions taking the number one rank, and these include 1. Better quality and services for their members. 2. The dedication among member services. And 3. Excellent customer services. Mr. Speaker, Cooperative News recognizes and agrees with the proposition that there are many benefits in becoming one with the credit unions. Due to this, credit unions have experienced strong, steady, and continuous growth for years. This steady growth throughout the century has put credit unions among the ranks as the best in financial services. The Insurance Employees Cooperative, since its establishment, has expanded its products and services to the employees from simple shared accounts to a present with a wide array of financial instruments and services. The institution has shown steady growth and now has an assets of more than 1 billion and in excess of 8,000 members. Secondly, the first regional cooperative credit union, in its 32nd annual credit union meeting, in an overview of the credit union, it was noted that this steady growth in relation to the total assets of the credit union in the many years, over a 5-year period, has grown by 67%. And this has helped to solidify their position in the market. Whereas, one of the Caribbean's top banks, the Bank of Nova Scotia, announces to close several branches. Not one, Mr. Speaker, not 2, my opponents, but several branches in the Caribbean, 2 of which is in Jamaica, of course. But when asked why, the Chief Executive Officer Porter simply said that the bank's revenue has been encouraging outside Canada, but profit has not jumped as much as he would have liked. We hope you have noticed, my opponents, that he was not at all worried about the members, only the profit. And this is why credit unions will always be a cut above the rest. One of its primary rules is to always, the operative word being always, Mr. Speaker, improve the quality of life and services to their members. Can the same really be said about other financial institutions? For example, insurance companies. One of their primary roles is to provide financial coverage of the loss that an individual may suffer. Are they really living up to this? It was reported by the London Times newspaper that in January, an insurance company exploited an 89-year-old man by letting him pay 5 times as much as new customers for a particular insurance policy. This elderly man was so worried about money that he lived in his kitchen to save on energy. And why was this done? Of course, to gain a profit that is only beneficial to that particular financial institution and not to the members. The same can't be said about credit unions, who always put their members first. Given this important fact, Mr. Speaker, how can the opposition say to these honorables that it is not more beneficial to join a credit union? Provide me, my opponents, with substantial evidence as to how you're able to conclude to this. And until you do so, the proposition will keep on saying that it is more beneficial to join a credit union than another financial institution. The proposition passes.
According to the Bank of Jamaica, 6 commercial banks and 2 mercantile trusts make up the most of the capital of over $6 trillion in assets owned by the banks in Jamaica. This percentage of ownership is also seen throughout the world. They are perceived as the movers and shakers of the economy when compared to credit unions with a mass of near 600 million in assets. Yet, my opponents say that joining the credit unions is more beneficial. Madam Chairman, members of the adjudicating panel, my misled opponents, my timekeeper, members of the audience, and last but not least, my cooperative teammates, the banking sector has for centuries now formed one of the pillars of economic prosperity. Indeed, history provides us with some starting information regarding how banks provided finance for imperialist ventures in newly acquired colonies. Over time, financial institutions have formed an important part in providing an avenue for both savings and investment. It was with this ideology that we stand firm as the opposers to the moot, and I quote, "Be it resolved that it is more beneficial to join a credit union than another financial institution," end quote. In setting the parameters for this debate, I will define the operative terms. According to Investopedia.com, more beneficial is defined as promoting or contributing to personal or social well-being. Join is defined as to put or bring together so as to make continuous or form a unit. And a financial institution is defined as an establishment that focuses on dealing with financial transactions such as investments, loans, and deposits. For this debate, financial institutions are composed of organizations such as banks, trust companies, insurance companies, and investment dealers. My most well-reasoned